So what is Coulomb's inverse square law? Coulomb's inverse square law. Two static charges, the Q1 and Q2, which are separated by r distance. If the medium is air, now the electrostatic force between both the charges is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q2 by r square. I think you are very familiar about that here. The force is directly proportional to product of their charges and inversely proportional to square of the distance between them. So from this force equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon into Q1 Q2 by r square. If you write in the vector form, then F bar equals to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q2 by r square into r cap. The r cap is a unit vector along the line joining both the charges, and one more important point, the direction of forces depends on the polarities. Suppose if Q1 and Q2 is greater than 0, means there is a like charges. You are very clear, like charges are repel each other. So the force on one due to away from the two pushes one and one pushes two. That means look at here. Now this is a Q1. Now this is a Q2 here. Now the distances are here. Now the force on Q1. Now here this is a force on 1 due to 2. Now this is a force on 2 due to 1. Now 2 pushes 1, 1 pushes 2. So what is this meaning of here? Both the forces are equal in magnitude but opposite in polarities, opposite in direction. Means when the two charges are interacting with each other, this is a very very important point. When the two charges are interacting with each other, then the force exerted by the charge 2 on charge 1 is exactly same in magnitude of force exerted by the charge 1 on charge 2 in magnitude but opposite in direction. So very clear, it follows the Newton's third law. These two forces are acting as a action-reaction pair. So why I am stressing the point here, while going to the further numericals, if the two charges are leave it at this separation, they are due to the mutual repulsion force, they are moving away from each other, then we have to find what is the velocities at an instant. These are some applications from here by using the Work-Kenji theorem. So later we will move to that. Now if Q1, Q2 are less than 0, means product is less than 0, means both are unlike charges. So in the case of unlike charges, now this Q1 and Q2 which are separated by certain distance, now here force on 1 in the sense Q2 attract the Q1, now this is the direction of force on 1 due to 2 and the 1 attract the 2, this is a force on 2 due to 1. Again in the same scenario here what we discussed earlier, this force between the two charges, the equal in magnitude means force by 2 on Q1. Similarly, force on Q2 by Q1 both are equal in magnitude and opposite in direction. There follows the Newton's third law. Again I am stressing the point, this is a very very helpful while taking the both are combined system. While taking the combined system, these two forces become internal forces. Now the net force is 0, that's the reason they are moving away from each other. So only conservative forces are acting, there is a net force is 0, we can apply the Work-Kenji theorem, loss in potential energy equal to gain in kinetic energy. After you study the electrostatic potential energy, we can find the speeds of the charges. Okay, come to this concept here. Now we move to the different applications while we are applying the Coulomb's inverse square law, and one more important point is here, in between the two charges instead of the air, any other medium is present. So first I will discuss a few numericals on application of this Coulomb's inverse square law. Let us, the two charges Q1 and Q2, so Q1 equals to 2 microcoulomb and the Q2 is equals to minus 3 microcoulombs. So these are the identical metallic spheres. This distance is let us take in the 3 centimeter here. 3 centimeter. So very important point here. The size of the charged spheres is very less which compared to the distance between them. So let us assume to be those are the point charges. Those are identical in the size. Now my question is, what is the force between these two charges? So what is the force between those two charges? So we are go to the basic concept of this one is, I am taking the magnitude F is equals to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. So Q1 Q2 by R square. This 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught in air or vacuum, that is a 10 power 9 into 10 power 9. These units are Newton meter square by Coulomb square. So now this unit equals to, this value equals to 9 into 10 power 9. Q1 and Q2 in the sensor, we take in the 2 into 3, 6 into 10 power minus 12. This is R is 3 centimeter. 3 centimeter is 3 into 10 power minus 2 whole square. So now here I am not putting the minus here. What is the meaning of that? These both are unlike charges, then the force is attraction. So very clear, I told you here, the Q1 Q2 is less than 0 means force is negative. Force means there is an attraction force. So 9 into 10 power 9, look at here, 9 into 10 power 9 and the 6 into 10 power minus 12 by 9 into 10 power minus 4. Now this 9 cancel each other. So now that is 6 into 10 power 9 minus 4 move to the numerator, that's plus 4, 13 into 10 power minus 12, that is 10 power 13 into 10 power minus 12. So now this is equals to 6 into 10 power 1, that answer is 16 Newton. So now my question is, this is, let us take in, this is the sphere A, this is the sphere B. Now I will continue this question. If in another uncharged identical sphere, identical conducting sphere kept contact with A at an instant, and removed from that. Again my question is, what is the force between A and B? This is a very important concept, in that what will happen when a charge, another uncharged sphere kept contact with A. So what will happen for that? Now I move to the important concept here. When an uncharged sphere kept contact with A, some charge transfer between those two, that is in the process of conduction. So now we move to that. So what will happen between the force between those two charges when C is, then means C in the sense in another uncharged conducting sphere is contacting with A. So now we move to that. In another identical sphere, when kept contact with the A, now at an instant, after certain instant, now the C is removed, then find the force between A and B with the same separation. Now what will happen here? Very important point. So when these two are the conducting spheres, when the C is contact with it, C is initially uncharged. Now the charge transfer between those two by concept of law of conservation of charge. Look at here, the charge initially 2 microcoulombs, that's this is the charge is 0 initially. The both are contact. The charges are redistribution because both are identical in the spheres, same metal. So due to the concept of common potential, now the both have a same charge. This is 1 microcoulomb, this is also 1 microcoulomb according to law of conservation of charge. So the sum will be constant. Now the charge on A is 1 microcoulomb and the charge on C is 1 microcoulomb. Now the question is, the charge C is not here, then charge C is removed from there. Now again, the force between both the charges A and B. So look at here, this is the A, now this is the B. Now this charge is now in this 1 microcoulomb. This charge is here, we all know the minus 3 microcoulombs. So the separation is same here. Now this is a 3 centimeter. Separation here 3 centimeter. Now the what is the force between those two? Then F is equals to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q2 by R square. So F is equals to 9 into 10 power 9. Q1 Q2 means 1 into minus 3 means this is 3 into 10 power minus 12. I already told you the minus indicates that both are unlike charges, so can attract each other. So by R square, that is a 3 into 10 power minus 2 whole square. So finally we will get an answer. This is 30 newtons. These are the important things. Actually, what is the major important point here? This is the force calculation is easy actually. But what is the important thing here? This is the major part. Why? Because when a charged conducting sphere, an uncharged conducting sphere is kept contact with this is due to the conduction process, the charges are transferred by using the concept of law of conservation of charge. The charge initial and charge final remains constant. Very clear, very clear. This is the charges are bodies are identical in the shape, identical in the size. Why I am stressing the point? If they are not identical, we can go to the concept of potential, capacitance. Why? Because we are very clear basic concept of the charge flow. The charge always flows from the high potential to low potential. Very clear, high potential to low potential. But here we are not discussing the potential concept. According to the shape of the body, both are identical in the shape. So when they are identical in the shape means they both have a same potential. So when they are a same charge. So now here the potential is directly proportional to charge. More charge in the sense more potential. Now the charge flows from A to B. The same charge in the sense same potential. Now I move to that one more numerical on the basis of Coulomb's inverse square law. Look at here. Let us take in this is two identical metallic spheres suspended by a string from a same point. Now identical charge is present here, Q and Q. Now this arrangement is in equilibrium. This is in equilibrium. These are the mass, M is the mass of the each ball and Q is the charge on each ball. This is in equilibrium. Now my question is, what is the apex angle here? And one more question, what is the tension produced in the strings? And the angle, you can find this. What is the tension produced in the strings while in the equilibrium conditions? So how can you go to this? Well, let's look at it. These both are the like charges. So repulsion force is acting here. System is in equilibrium. So how can you approach this numerical? Now this is in equilibrium. Means F net equals to 0. F net equals to 0. So F net equal to 0 means I am drawing here. Now this is a suspension point. So the body is suspended here. This is L, this is L. Now let us take in this is the exert midpoint here. This is theta, this is theta. Now let us take in this is the distance R. Actually was not given R. How can you find R? Now this is L, this is becomes L sin theta and this is becomes L sin theta. Now this is Q, this is also Q. So you can calculate the forces here. So just look at here, this is the repulsion force. This is electrostatic repulsion force. Now this is gravitational force of the earth on the body. Here we are ignoring the gravitational force between these two masses because these masses gravitational force between these two will be very small with comparison to the electrostatic force. Now this is the tension here. Both are identical in the length means tension should be same here. identical in the masses also here. Now we can draw the free body diagram. This is the electrostatic force between these two. Now this is the tension. Now this is the mg. So now we can draw the component method. System ball is in equilibrium here. Now we are taking this is an apex angle here theta. This off angle is theta. Now this is also theta. Now this is t sin theta. Now this is t cos theta. So t sin theta equals to mg. T sin theta is equals to electrostatic force, the vertically. T sin theta is equal to electrostatic force and T cos theta is equals to mg. So now we are taking these two. Tan theta equals to Fe by mg. So what is Fe? If you know that electrostatic force, sometimes you will give the R also, but here we are taking that R is not given. So this is some model of the question. I am not in detail very clearly, but I mentioned here how the question will be. So F is equals to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q square by R square. Here R is equals to 2L sin theta. So now this is equals to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q square by 2L sin theta whole square. So now 2L sin theta whole square means 4L square sin square theta. Now 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q square by 4L square sin square theta. So by using this data, by using this one, we can solve the numerical. Whatever may be the requirement, actually you are asking the theta or asking the tension, we can find this. Now we move to the two numericals which is given in the previous JEE mains on the basis of this. Let us take this question, is given in a previous JEE main. Two identical charged spheres are suspended by strings of equal length L. Strings are massless, are initially at a distance d apart because of their mutual repulsion. If the charge begins to leak from both the spheres at constant rate, as a result, the charges approach each other with velocity v. Then, as a function of distance x between them. So this is the question. So as we discussed earlier, just think a while. Now, at the equilibrium case we discussed earlier, now the two strings are L and L. Now this is theta, this is also theta, now apex angle is 2 theta, vertex angle, then this is distance is d. D is very much less than L. Now as we discussed earlier, the system is in equilibrium. In the first case, this is in equilibrium, mutual repulsion. Now this side is electrostatic force and this is mg. Now this is tension here. Now we discussed earlier, this is gravitational force. Now this is electrostatic force. Now this is a tension here. Now this is theta. Now from this is a t cos theta and this is t sin theta. Now this t cos theta equals to mg, t sin theta is equals to Fe. Fe is equals to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught into q square by d square. Q square by d square. So from the figure you can substitute here. Sin theta is equals to opposite by hypotenuse. Opposite is d by 2 L. You can substitute the values, you will get. This is the general equilibrium case. Now what the question? If the charge begins to leak, just underline the point, just understand the point. The charge begins to leak. So what will happen? If the charge decreases, then automatically electrostatic forces decreases. So the electrostatic force decreases. So what will happen? That equilibrium position is changes continuously. Now this the charges are come close to each other. Now I move to that at an instant. At an instant. So at an instant the separation is x. So very clear, very clear that dx by dt gives us speed of the charged particle, how this axis decreases, how this axis decreases, due to that the charges are approaching here. Now at a distance x, now this becomes like here. Now this is a charge q here, this is another charge q here. Now at a distance x here. Now we are taking this is F electrostatic force. Now this is a tension T. Now this is mg. Now exactly from this derivation, what this is, tan theta equals to Fe by mg. Tan theta equal to Fe by mg. So now from here, tan theta equals to Fe by mg. So now this is L does not changes here. Now this is theta. Tan theta is equal to Fe by mg. Now Fe is equals to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught into q square by x square at an instant. Now we are taking that tan theta equals to 1 by, okay, instead of 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught, we can write k q square by x square into 1 by mg. Next, what is tan theta from the figure? What is tan theta from the figure? This is x by 2, this is L. So tan theta is equal to opposite by adjacent. So this is x by 2. Look at this figure. Now this is L, this is x by 2. So now this becomes L square minus x square by 4. L square minus x square by 4. So now tan theta is equal to adjacent by hypotenuse. Now this is, opposite by adjacent, x by 2 by, the adjacent is 4L square minus x square by 4 under root, whole by 4 under root. Now this should be equals to kq square by mg into x square. Once you think what he gave, d is very much less than L. D is very much less than L. Now what about x becomes? What about x becomes? So x is also very much less than, he give that d is very much less than L. So this x very much less than L. So what will happen now? This x is negligible. Otherwise you can take directly tan theta equal to theta also, but here take that. So he given us d is very much less than L. So x is also very much less than L. Because d is less than x, because its two charges are coming each other. So now this total term equals to x square negligible. So now the 4 cancel, L square, L by 2, then x by 2L equals to kq square by mg into x square. So now we want how the velocity varies with the x. Now x cube here. Now this is x cube into mg by 2L by k equals to q square by q square. So you can take, so we will take this way. Now q square equals to mg by 2L into x cube by k. K is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. What given? the charge begins to leak from both the spheres at a constant rate. That means dq by dt is constant. dq by dt is constant. Now we take the derivative with respect to t on either sides. Now this is 2q into dq by dt. This mg by 2lk is a constant. This mg by 2lk is constant. X cube derivative is 3x square into dx by dt. Here what are the constants? Mg by 2lk is a constant. Dq by dt also constant. This x is varies, q also varies. Come to this point, how can I write the q from this? So here also mg by 2lk is constant, q square is directly proportional to x cube here. So now the q is directly proportional constant into x power 3 by 2 from this. So very good point, sir. Think a while. So now this is constant, this is constant. Instead of the q you can write that x power 3 by 2. Now this is dx by dt is v. So instead of q you can write that x power 3 by 2 is directly proportional to x square into v. So x square bring to this side. So then v is proportional to x power 3 by 2 minus 2. Now the v is proportional to x power minus 1 by 2. So please think a while. This up to here this is very easy. Now once observe the dq by dt is constant here. So you can derive one with respect to t on either sides. dw with respect to t on either sides. If you take the dw with respect to either sides, we have a variables are q x only, because this dx by dt is our required velocity relations. So now the q is here. Now the q can be calculated by using this relation, mg by 2l into x cube by k is equal to q square. mg by 2l is a constant, k also constant. Now from this q square is directly proportional to x cube and the q is directly proportional to x power 3 by 2. Now this q is replaced here. So instead of the q you can take x power 3 by 2 is directly proportional to x square into v. X square bring to this side. So v is directly proportional to x power 3 by 2 minus 2. Then v is directly proportional to x power minus 1 by 2. Now what is your answer is? Then option B is correct answer. So let us go to the another numerical. It is similar to the previous numerical. It is similar to the previous numerical. But what the difference is? At there he gave the charge is leakage. But here he was not given the charge leakage point. He has just simply taken at equilibrium position only we can solve this numerical. So two identical charged spheres are suspended by strings of equal length are at electrostatic equilibrium. At this equilibrium, assuming that angles made by each thread is small. This is the very important point. Assuming that angles made by each thread is small. Here he given like here, in earlier question, he gave that D is very much less than L. So that's the reason, do you remember that while in the calculation, we neglect the distance. When tan theta equal to theta we take, exactly the same manner. Assuming that angles made by each thread is small, the separation x between the balls is proportional to. Look at this question here again. Same question, but the small change here. This is another, in 2011, he asked the question here. Again the equilibrium. Now this is an electrostatic equilibrium here. Now this is a theta and the angles are same here. Theta and theta, angle is very small. Now the distance between them is x at equilibrium position. This length is L. Again the same concept, equilibrium. This is an electrostatic force. This is a gravitational force. Now this is a tension here. Exactly as same as earlier. We resolve the components in this. So t cos theta, this is also theta here. T cos theta equals to mg and t sin theta is equals to fe. Fe is equals to k into q square by x square. The distance is x here, both are identical spheres. So now from this tan theta equals to sin theta by cos theta. So fe by mg. So now tan theta equal to F is equals to kq square by mg into x square. Till now we get the relation. Now what the things? Now assuming that angle is made by each thread is very small. When the angle is small, when the theta is small, now tan theta equals to sin theta. When tan theta equals to sin theta, now this length is L, x by 2. Now sin theta equal opposite by hypotenuse. Now this equals to x by 2L. Very simple. That is the key concept here. This everything, this portion is we discussed earlier. This is the key concept. X by 2L. So now we substituted x by 2L here. X by 2L equals to kq square by mg into x square. Kq square by mg into x square now. So what are the constants here? We are asking the question, the separation x between the balls is proportional in terms of length only. So we are taking the length, we are removing the remaining all the terms. Now x cube is directly proportional to L. X cube is directly proportional to L from this. So what you get an answer? Then I am writing here, then x cube is directly proportional to L, cube root on both the sides. X is proportional to L power 1 by 3. This is the answer. So once think exactly as same as earlier question. Now we move to the one more numerical exactly on the basis of this. Here till now this total arrangement in the air. Now this arrangement is placed in a liquid. I mean any another dielectric medium. So what the conditions and equilibrium positions are here. So now what the answer is? X is directly proportional to L power 1 by 3. So then option D is the